Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon. You are going to get bad Western accents from me this whole time, so I hope you're ready for them. I'll probably throw in a few rural Canadian accents just to bring myself back. But before we hop into this fantastic gunslinging tale, I am your GM. I slap my star. Lucas, my pronouns are he, him. Lian. Drea. Cassie. Everyone's audio? Oh. 1 second. I don't know why this is doing. Windows updates, everyone. This is true. Sorry, I will be 2 seconds on getting this to work. This is the joy of using new technology. You can see it in real time. The fun. One.
Make sure it's Creative Commons.
Oh, right. Sorry.
All right. Everyone's audio is back in. Sorry, I will get everyone to reintroduce themselves, starting with Lian.
All right. I'm Lian. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm playing Snalgo the Great. His pronouns are he, him, and he is a kobold with the Baron playbook.
And Drea.
My name is Drea. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Trace. Trace is a bobcat fancy, or a 3-foot-tall bipedal cat, and her playbook is the trick shot, and she uses she, her pronouns.
Cassie.
Hello again. I am Cassie. My pronouns are she, her with a mustache currently. I'm going to be playing Bandit, who is he, him, and that is in the Outlaw playbook.
And Sade.
Hello, Sade here. My character is Charlotte Willows. She looks like a human, but she's actually a hive mind. So watch out for that. She, her, and she, her, by the way.
Okay, before we hop into this fantastic tale, see, I'm using different words today. We will be talking about the music. It is coming from Syrinscape. So if you want your bathroom to sound like a jaunty tavern and just sound like there's a bunch of people in there with you clinking drinks, then head on over to Syrinscape and you too can enjoy this amazing fantasy experience. And if you, like me, hate the concept of space and time, go to Roll20 where you can defy your own god and bring everyone together regardless of where you are on what planet. All you have to do, go over to Roll20, start that free count, get your game rolling, and get everyone in there. They got dice, they have maps, you could draw pictures on there, you'll be set. So, start your game today.
Lucas, apparently the Twitch chat is an emote only.
Oh, I will fix that. So, the reason that Twitch chat is an emote only is because the world is terrible, starting off there, but due to hate raids, there have been people going in on people's offline accounts and posting much terrible things, screenshotting it, and getting your accounts banned. So, everyone's had to change their their chats to emote only when they're offline, but I will fix that right away. And naturally, it's asking me to log in. Emote only off. All right. Try typing something in Twitch. Is it working? There we go. Words. I apologize for not switching that off, but I have released you from your emote prison. All right, so last time where we left off with Rise of Nyarlathotep, we had our players get blown up. So they're in recovery mode at the moment. Where we are today is we'll be taking part in a 3-part special called Rise of Nyarlathotep High Noon, where we'll be using the Gunsight TTRPG, which is real rad. It's pretty much made just completely like this Wild West. It has a lot of the like Monster of the Week kind of playbooks in that sense, and a lot of it revolves around just really living every Western trope you can that aren't garbage, and just having fun. Having shootouts, robbing trains, all that good stuff. We love horrific monsters, so we're bringing that in here. Where we're going to be doing is we're going to be following along these 4 gunslingers, and they are tasked to go investigate a strange explosion at ST3B3's Gulch, which is a small mining town at the Golden Bazaar. So, I hope you're all ready. You'll probably learn this game along with us. I've tried it out once before, but there's always room to learn more with these dice games, because it is a GM's job to forget all the rules and wing it. Alrighty, so starting off, we see there is this bird-like creature. It is in the shape of an emu. It's got a very tall neck, feathery wings, but its body is covered in scales and goes scales all the way up to the head, where it has this beak. And then inside the beak, there's a number of sharp teeth. This tongue comes out and licks one of the eyeballs as it's trotting along. And on the back of this emu, we see a kobold. And Lian, why don't you describe what Snalgo looks like?
So Snalgo is a green and brown reptilian-looking creature. He stands 2.5 feet tall. And he's wearing a broad-rimmed hat with his ears and some horns poking out of the top. And he is riding along on this lizard emu, and at the head of a gang of 12 violent bastards armed with shotguns and rifles. And they listen to him sometimes. And this emu also listens to him sometimes. And they're riding on into town.
And you're coming up into this town, and the surrounding area, it is this vast desert that's leading towards these mountains. The mountains themselves look pretty craggy. Not a lot of vegetation is growing in the area. The town itself looks like it was sprung up quite a while ago, and they didn't spend a whole lot of time really making this place glamorous. Instead, they just made it very functional. A lot of the buildings here are made out of weathered wood. The odd building is made out of steel. And you see, just wandering around as you're coming into ST3V3's Gulch, you see there are a number of people here. You see some of them are automata, which are these robotic beings that are walking around. Some of them have pickaxes for hands, and you watch as the pickaxe transforms into regular hands as they're walking past a few others. Some of them have these more like a light bulb head, and you know that these ones are used to go help down in the mine with people that actually need light and are, worried about bringing down any kind of thing that might explode down in the mine. You have, there's a number of other creatures here, a lot of Dragonborn, as Dragonborn are more native to the desert. They have the often like sandy colored scales, or some range to a darker brown. And as you're going in, you see that there is a fancy leaning up against one of the buildings in this town. And Dre, tell us about your character.
Trace is a gray spotted bobcat in a large duster jacket and a bandana. She has pink scars cutting through her fur in various places and a generally unfriendly look about her, despite her diminutive size. You can't see any weapons on her, but you get the impression they're there.
So the two of you lock eyes for a moment, and there's a glint of recognition.
Snalgo is riding past and kind of does a double take, and then takes a closer look at this bobcat and says, "Do I know you from somewhere?"
Well, if it isn't Sniffles. Can't say I'm happy
Snalgo. It's Snalgo.
Sniffles, the green. Yes, got it. Can't say I'm happy to see you.
I do know you. You're Trace, ain't you? You ran out on a job.
You sent me to an irradiated zone with no warning. I can't shoot radiation, Snuffles.
I didn't know there would be radiation. And that still doesn't explain why you just ran off without so much as a buy your leave.
That's not how I want to die. No amount of gold is worth that. So yes, you know me. And feel free to pretend that you don't.
All right. Well, have a nice day. And he keeps on riding.
We find the camera goes traveling past a few dwarven women. Their beards are a little bit singed as they're laughing and coming out of this one. It looks like a post office. It just says Stinky Pete's. And there's like a mailbox outside. And the camera goes past those two, enters in these saloon doors. We watch as it goes down into a basement. And in this basement, what do we see, Cassie? You are muted.
You're muted.
I'm muted. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I thought I clicked it. Anyway, classic Zoom problem. So, in this basement, you see there's maybe like 4 or 5. They're about 3.5, maxing out at 4 feet tall. All of them quite bald. Their hats are all kind of lined up on makeshift pegs by the stairs. And these little walrus people are huddled around an also equally makeshift like fire that they've put near a corner, and they've kind of dug out a little bit of a hole so that the smoke can go out and they don't burn this building down. And in it, they're just kind of holding this piece of something very reverently and just looking at each other and looking at it, and they don't drop it. No, this always stays in their hands.
Up top in the main floor of this saloon, there are a few people that are sitting down having drinks. And what do we see behind the bar, Sade?
You see this very live woman that like looks very graceful. I would say she's attractive, but it's that uncanny, a little too symmetrical. Something seems a little off if you look long enough kind of look. She has normal, like just brown eyes and very wavy bob, like a cut, like, you know, cut bob hair. And behind the bar, she is just cleaning some short glasses at the moment and keeping an eye on everything in the saloon.
There is a little halfling man, a hat far too large for him. He's sitting at one of the tables, And he turns towards you, Charlotte.
I say, I smell the smell of smoke. Are you trying to burn the place down?
Sorry. That's great.
His voice will kill me.
That was great. What are you talking about burning now?
I smell like someone's having a wonderful, hot, warming campfire. But it's the middle of the day and it's in enclosed spaces. The smoke is coming up and it's ruining my chai latte.
Where's the smoke now, hun?
I think your basement.
Okay. And I was like, oh, of course it's the basement. All right, I'll check that out. Don't you worry, then. And then she puts down the short glass and starts walking to the basement.
And Bandit, you hear the door opening at the top of the stairs.
Oh, shit. And then he starts kicking dirt onto the fire to try and hastily put that out.
Your gang is trying to help you. And
Yeah.
you're too adorable to do things in a fast manner. And so it's just not getting done very well.
So she's coming down the stairs and just sees this happening, the attempt. Bandit. Sorry. Why is there a fire in my saloon now?
We were just trying to make us some food and we didn't want to be a bother. And every single one of these Walrus people turns around as they're even kicking dirt still, and they just look immensely guilty.
Well, what would be better if you come bother me or you burn down at my saloon? Which would you prefer?
Oh, we wasn't gonna burn down your saloons. No, we got this. It's okay.
What would you like to eat, darling?
No, we can't be indebted.
What would you like to eat?
All right, gang. What you want? And they all kind of just turn to each other and hastily whisper stuff. Well, what's cooking today? We don't want to be a bother.
Well, if you're looking to not be a bother, we have beans and rice with a side of chicken. Would that be okay for you?
Do y'all eat chicken? I don't. When's the last time we had a chicken?
2 years ago.
Oh, it's been that long. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we'll try the chicken. I plumb forgot what they don't taste like.
All right. I'll come back down with that then. Just finish putting that out properly. There's a little bit of singes going on right over there.
Oh,
And,
don't flap it.
all right, and she
just
goes,
stop it.
just thinking about these walruses being adorable, but also trying to be serious with them at the same fucking time. So she goes back upstairs to the kitchen and gets them some plates if she can.
As you're getting the plates, you can hear the saloon doors swinging open because that's what saloon doors have to do. And as they swing, there are two very large people that are like holding the door open, and this little kobold walks in because they have to make the grand appearance. And you see a number of individuals that look a little rough and gruff are coming in behind this kobold. And a fancy is shortly after them.
And as he enters, the kobold looks around at his gang of boys and he says, "All right, fellas, take 10. Get anything you want. I'll pay for it."
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Oh my god, this is the best.
And they all quickly rush over, and there's like they're trying to look at like a menu, and they're knocking into each other as they're trying to look at everything.
Trace just slides past Snalgo with sort of a dirty look and shoulder checks him a little bit on her way in.
Excuse me. That was very rude. He kind of straightens out his jacket, dusts himself off.
So, Charlotte, pauses in the middle of going to the kitchen after seeing this large display of helping this person come into the saloon. So she's like, "Oh, well, let me guess. Snalgo the Great."
Yes. I assume you. I'm sure you've heard of me.
I have. Is there anything I can get you? Get y'all? You made a big show about.
Oh yeah. I'll have the house special.
Okay. And you, Trace, is it?
Chicken?
We do have that, darling. I'll get that for you.
Thank you.
And you notice that, like, she remembers your name, and you didn't give it. So, going back to the kitchen to do that.
Trace gives you like a long side eye as you leave the room and goes to a table in the corner, far away.
Bandit, the smell of chicken is wafting down into this basement, and a few of your compatriots, your outlaw friends, are creeping up the stairs on their hands and knees and just trying to poke their eyes over, trying to see what's going on.
Well, what's going on out there?
Well, I see a lot of people. One, two.
Is there two? And they start as a group counting together. They get to around 15 when now there's so many of them that are like piling up at the front, trying to assist on the dangerous attempts of mathematics, adding the one to the main number.
Trace slinks along the edge of the room and slides up beside them and looks over and says, "Is this a private party or can anyone join?"
Whoa. No, this isn't even really our basement, so I guess you can go wherever you want.
What are we doing? Peeking around the corner.
Waiting for chicken.
Oh, me too. I think you can do that from a table, though.
No, it's probably best if we don't do that. And then he very carefully tucks whatever it was that they were huddled around into his bag. It's not subtle. You don't have to like worry about trying to catch this motion. He's like doing it slow, like maybe you're a T-Rex and motion triggers you.
What does it look like?
It is a ball you catch sight of. It's maybe softball sized and metallic and a little bit crumpled.
Hey, what you got?
Oh, you don't want it. You don't want it. The folk in this town going crazy about it, and it's not safe for us to be waving it around, so just for your own safety.
And Trace heads back to a table.
Bye.
So, Charlotte, you come out with these many plates of chicken, and a few of the staff are helping you hand out to the many hungry people. And everyone is just starting to dig in when the saloon doors open in. And there's this automata that steps in. Their body is kind of shaped like a pill, almost like kind of like Fall Guys, like that weird, like very derpy body. They have two long arms that are coming out. It looks like almost like metal tubes that end in these claw hands. They have a very large cowboy hat on their head. They have a piece of what appears to be maybe straw is taped to their face, sticking out, and they're stepping into this room, looking over at everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Are you all the gunslingers?
I'm not much of a gunslinger, but
Oh, okay. I'll take 1 water.
is that wise?
Yes.
Okay. She's gonna go back and get water for the automata and slide it in front of him.
They sit at the bar, and each of you had received a letter. It was very blunt to the fact of, like, you are now being enlisted to help at SD3B3's Gulch, investigate an explosion. There was a large sum of money that was offered. Unfortunately, the individual had forgot to sign it. And so all of you, it seemed more mysterious, but it was really just more of a bureaucratic mistake. And the automata takes this water and smashes the glass against their face and is rubbing water on them.
Yum! So hydrating. I feel refreshed.
That's not how you.
That's not normally how you go about hydrating, but
that's the great way to do it. And Bandit comes out from the stairwell, like ushering and shooing his gang back behind him.
I feel my skin hydrating.
Yes. So, is there something you need, darling, or?
Yeah. I sent letters to a number of individuals, including the individuals who live in your basement. I need you to investigate an explosion for me. It's an interesting thing to look at that I don't have the time for.
Were you getting ready to say something else, or?
Yes. I was gonna say dangerous, but then I was worried that everybody would be worried about their meat sacks. So I decided, don't worry, all your blood will stay inside your bodies. It's a fun thing to investigate.
I'm sure.
Trace approaches this robot and flicks at the straw that's glued to their face, and some water droplets fall off. Is this robot sitting at the bar or standing at the bar?
They're sitting. Their legs kind of like stretched upwards, and they just plop themselves on a chair, and then their legs came back up.
Does the bar stool spin?
Does now.
Trace spins them and then sits down next to them and says, "So that letter was from you, hmm?
Yes.
Well, it pays well enough. I'm in."
Fantastic. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll make it out just fine.
You're lying, but that's okay.
Do pauses mean the same thing for Tom, for you than anyone else? Because it sounds like you were lying.
Processing. Don't worry. Everything's okay.
Snalgo walks
All
up,
right, sugar.
letter in hand, and says, ST3B3, is there something going on with this mine that I should know about? Because as you know, I happen to have an investment in said mine, and it matters a lot to me whether or not it's still functional.
Yes. So, just a few days ago, the sky had turned completely blood red over another continent I was visiting. And then, there was an explosion there, and wouldn't you know it, there was an explosion here. And a bunch of the miners went missing. Wow. Funny coincidence.
Doesn't that mean that they also just blew up?
No, there was one that survived and said most of the people were fine down there, but they won't come back up.
Is this survivor available? Can we go talk to them?
Yeah, for sure. They live just outside of town. Isn't that always the case? Their name is Abigail.
All right.
And Abigail said, they're all down there, and they're fine, but they don't want to come out.
Yes, and as you know, our mining company is not okay with slackers because they are a problem.
Solid reasoning.
All right. Well, we'll get to the bottom of this.
I'm not sure where Abigail lives, but you could probably ask around. Everyone's so helpful here.
I have got a couple of little birds I can speak to.
Wow, I can't speak to any birds.
Very impressive. And of course, if Snalgo is going, I will be going as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns on her heels and then goes to talk to her 3 ladies, if she can.
Yes. Are you talking to them in person or are you connecting to them?
I'm connecting to them. But I'm going to make it look like I am doing something else behind the bar, such as like, oh yeah, let me just like bend down and look for some stock, like, and then like, oh, just like connect, mind meld a little bit to them.
So your eyes go completely black as you are reaching into this sixth sense you have. You feel these tiny connections that are sprawling out almost like this spider web over the town. And you feel these tiny little pinpricks as your connections are forming.
Hello, darlings. Do you know anyone by the name of Abigail? A survivor from the mine that exploded recently.
Let's see. How about... I believe there's a history check that you can do. One sec,
Oh.
That's the fun part. Yeah, why don't you roll me 2d6 and go ahead and add 2 to that.
Okay. 5. So no.
This voice messages back to you. Well, I heard that there was some miner with that name, but I don't know where they went. They were real disheveled when they came out of there a few days ago.
What do you mean by disheveled?
Looking bloody, looking frazzled, speaking to themselves over and over again. Just ran right out.
Did you see where they went?
I saw them leave town.
Nothing else, huh?
Nope.
Well, thank you, darling. And I, like, if anyone watched her just literally go behind the bar and then dip below and then just came back out, like, just,
I mean,
probably.
that was like eye level for Bandit, so he probably saw it, but he just like, all right.
Nothing on my end, unfortunately.
You can always try asking the sheriff. They know all sorts of people.
That Bandit, right? Are you okay there now?
Chicken's gone down the wrong tube there.
It can be a little dry there sometimes.
No, you did good. I just am not so good at the swallowing and not dying part. I just tried to breathe through my chicken. It's fine. Y'all should go to the sheriff. I'll stay put and man the fort.
I believe we have an inn. Isn't that right, Snuffles?
Oh, the sheriff? Yeah, I know the sheriff. He went to school with the sheriff of my town, so yeah, I know him. We can go say hi.
Is he a good sheriff now?
Which one?
Well, the one we're getting ready to go see.
He's all right. Yeah, fine, upstanding gent.
I think so. They're always so good whenever I see them.
Okay. That's good to know.
I think their house is just beside Stinky Pete's. They like the smell for some reason.
Well,
It looks like. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, well, let's go, shall we?
And
Lead the
Snalgo turns to one fellow who's like loitering at the bar, and he says, "Jonesy, gather up the boys. We're heading out."
Right there, boys. Heading around out skis. Grab your tea. Grab your stuff. Going on for a spin. Oh, I didn't even get to sit for a bit. And they're all getting up and getting ready to leave.
All right, and they head on out.
So you go out into this area, the town. There's a lot of people that are going around, taking a look at the faces of the townsfolk. You do see that people are looking a little unsettled, to say the least. Like the explosion must have done a number to the people of this town. You do know, Snalgo, since you know the sheriff, you know their doghouse is just besides Stinky Pete's. You can see it just in the distance.
Sorry, could you say that last part again?
You see their doghouse. It's just in the distance, just beside Stinky Pete's. And as you're all kind of like filing out into this town, the sheriff, this dog, it's like got a droopy, like the bloodhound droopy face. It's got this sheriff hat on top of it. On its dog collar is hanging the sheriff badge. It does the really long stretch, like it doesn't really want to get up, and then starts trotting out.
Oh, a dog. Good.
Snalgo walks up and looks down at the dog, and he says, "You look different from the last time I laid eyes on you."
Well, yes, yes, indeed. There was a previous sheriff here before, but I took on over.
What happened to the previous sheriff?
Well, I think they took the kibble and ran.
Oh, good. The dog is the sheriff.
Well, hey, throw me a bone here. I'm not the worst sheriff there is in town.
Unfortunately, I don't have any, darling, but I'll keep that in mind next time.
I smell chicken.
I didn't bring any, dear. Sorry.
Oh.
I'll come back later.
Well, what can I do for you fine, upstanding, gentle people?
We're looking for someone that's gone missing from the mines. One of the only known survivors so far. It's Abigail is what her name's, if I remember correctly.
Oh yes, Abigail. Oh, lovely Abigail. Yes, they were always very kind to me and said that I would be a fine sheriff. Once the other sheriff, they took the kibble, ran, and then they died. I just sort of picked up the sheriff badge, and then I was sheriff.
When you say they took the kibble, do you mean they took literal kibble or something of value?
Something of value.
Which is?
Gold.
The epitome of value, right?
They didn't get very far, don't worry. I tracked them down with my nose, mainly because it smelled like they had a lot of food on them, but, well, when I found them, they were already dead.
I have so many questions.
You know what they say, when you sleep in the desert, make sure you don't open your eyes until sunrise.
I don't think I quite heard of that saying before, but okay.
I hadn't heard that either. Did he? No, I don't want to know.
It's an old dog's tale. Don't open your eyes until sunrise.
That's probably why we never heard about it.
Mm-hmm. Can you, I don't know if this is offensive, can you sniff out Abigail?
Yes.
Would you sniff out Abigail?
I'm a very important member of this community. I feel like they need me here.
Well, this is a very important mystery to the community.
Oh, I love a good mystery. Tell me.
Would you do it for some chicken?
I knew I smelled chicken. I knew somebody had some chicken on them. Keep those bones away from me, though. I'll choke.
We wouldn't want that.
I can't help myself. I see them and I just eat them.
Would you do it for a Scooby snack?
Yeah.
Probably.
Bandit tugs on Trace's sleeve a little bit because Bandit's hiding right behind Trace, despite the fact that they're about the same height. He's trying to really get in there. So
wait a minute.
Maybe it just looks like Trace is handing it over.
I know you, don't I?
No. No.
But no. Wait.
I'm new here.
Trace steps to the side.
Doesn't that chicken smell delicious, though?
Oh.
My own recipe, the seasoning.
Roll me a shine, and you can add +1 due to the chicken.
All right.
Chicken bonus.
So I got 11.
Oh. Well, maybe I'm overthinking things. You know what hunger does to the brain.
Yeah, exactly. Can't do any sheriff work on an empty stomach now.
I suppose I agree here. Yes, but just put it on the ground. I hate licking people's hands, and I can't control myself. I just do it.
Okay. No, that's fair because it's weird for all of us if you don't consent to it. So it's fine. And Bandit puts it carefully on the ground.
And it is it's about what you'd expect when you put chicken in front of a dog. It's gone pretty fast, licking the dirt, that kind of stuff.
Oh my goodness! It's been 2 years since I've had some chicken. Can you believe it? 2 years.
Why has it been so long since people's had chicken?
I can believe we've had chicken.
Nobody ever feeds me chicken.
They're very, very dignified. We're in good hands. Shall we?
All right, then. Do you have any mounts or anything? I have quite the gallop myself.
Yes. I think we all do, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to have to ride with someone.
So the preferred mount of the gunslinger out here in the Golden Bazaar is the creature that we described earlier that somebody referred to as a murder lizard goose. It is a mix of an emu and a lizard. This creature is quite tall and has a bit of a temperament, but it can run across that sand like no other. And
so everyone has it. Everyone has one.
Yeah, well, we can say that somebody who works at your saloon would have one, probably to go pick up packages or anything that you needed delivered at the time.
Do they have a pony version of that's just a little bit shorter?
I would also like to know if they have a tiny version.
We're all very small.
Three of us would like to know if they come in small.
I'll say that there are a smaller breed.
You know
they
what?
have a longer tail to them.
No, actually, I would like a huge one. I think that would be funnier. And I think Trace likes to stand up on the saddle just for, No, I would like a large one, please.
So these massive murder geese, get ready. As you're all mounting up, you got your supplies. Sheriff Ruff looks up at you, the rest of you.
Well, it's going to be a bit of a trek. Don't worry, I brought my water bowl. We're going to be going out for maybe take us 3/4 of a day, I'd say. Remember, though, keep your eyes closed when the sun goes down. All right, let's have fun.
Quite
It's a good-
ominous.
It's a good thing we all had some fortifying chicken before this experience.
So the ride there is pretty easy. You're going along, you pass by, like there's a number of paths that have been made. They continuously try to make them in the desert, but they keep getting blown over with sand. But this dog is bounding. Your mounts don't have to go very fast because at the end of the day, it is just a dog. They keep getting tired, having to take a rest, and like every so often they'll get distracted by another smell. They get into a fight with the scorpion mouse, and like they just like keep going around. But eventually, as you're following along with this dog, you are getting further and further away from civilization. There's no ranches that are outside of this town anymore. As you're going out, you don't see much of any travelers. There's the odd like rocks that are like jutting up out of the sandstone, and you see that there is a house in the distance as the sun is starting to get a little bit low.
Sorry, go ahead.
What was that saying now about closing your eyes when the sun goes down? I think we're going to need to look around a little bit, darling.
Does it look like we can make it before the sun goes down, or are we solidly in sundown territory?
The sun is currently setting, but it looks like you'll at the very least make it there by sundown.
Trace lays back on her lizard emu mount. Blue
All right.
and closes her eyes.
Oh,
Oh,
1 second. My thing just went a little weird. Can you hear me okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening? Everyone sounds so staticky. Why?
Can you hear us? I want to keep talking until you don't sound good. Oh no. Hello, can you? Yeah. Hello.
Hmm.
Good. Okay, it's good.
Technology, don't do this to us.
God damn it, technology.
We're
We're
so
about to get-
close.
Killed by the night. Don't take this from us.
Yeah.
I know. I'm trying so
made it so
hard.
We need to know when to close our eyes.
There we go.
Probably now. Now is
Got it.
probably the time.
You say that like Bandit hasn't had his eyes closed the entire time.
Okay. Everyone's voices should be back to normal. If they are still weird on the stream, let me know.
Mm.
All right, hello.
But so okay, everyone's saying everything sounds normal. So
Weird.
you are riding towards this small little hut, and it looks not so great. As you're getting closer and closer, you are seeing that there is like it's made mostly out of wood. There's parts of it that have been patched up continuously. It does have glass windows, which is a good sign that somebody's doing some upkeep. You see that the door itself looks like it's been recently reinforced.
While riding up, Snalgo looks around and says, "Yoo-hoo! Anybody home?"
All right, Snalgo, I need you to roll something for me.
Uh-oh.
Good luck.
Boy, good luck.
Oh.
Roll me act under fire.
Shit.
That is a 6
Oh no.
plus 0.
All
Can-
right.
Can we help?
I will let one person roll act under fire to help, but if you roll really low, then it's going to go bad for you too.
Is that based on rattle?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that. That's going to be a 12.
All right, so you manage to pull Snalgo as you hear the sound of a gun clicking, and then the door kicked open, and there is this dragonborn woman. Her scales look like a gradient sandstone, and she's holding this Magitech shotgun and pulls this trigger. It blasts outward. Snalgo, you take one harm as one of them grazes your shoulder, but it could have been far worse in this situation. You hear, "You get the hell off my property!"
Snalgo screeches.
I don't know what you're doing here with the sheriff.
You shot me!
That was the intention when I pulled the trigger.
It's always good to do stuff with intention, but maybe not murder.
I feel like if you're gonna pull the trigger, then you gotta know what you're doing.
Abigail, I presume.
How do you know my name?
We were sent by ST3V3 to speak with you.
Ah, shit. I thought I still had 2 more sick days.
I mean, we're not making you come back to work. We just want to know what happened.
Also, he did say something about slackers, so I don't know if you count on
I ain't
that,
no
but-
goddamn slacker. I will say that much right here, right now. I have paid time off. That has been approved.
Sorry now. Didn't mean to offend. We just looking for the rest of the miners down there, that's all.
You don't want to go down there. No, it's best you just leave that alone. Seal the exit. Cave it in.
What's wrong? Why cave it in?
We made a damn mistake letting them buywood people in there. Ain't nothing but trouble, those people. Coming in with their fancy suits.
Buywood. Do we know who that is? Or is it like a...
Think of it like they're like a global business. They have their fingers in everything, and often known for pretty terrible business practices. And very much they have a strong grip, like globally. The Lady Bywood's their CEO, and she just seems to have a charismatic way of getting companies to crumble when she puts pressure on them.
Okay.
So Snalgo has had some bad brushes with Bywood in the past, so he's not a big fan. Still pretty pissed off about getting shot at, but this new information now has his full attention. So he looks at Abigail and clears his throat and says, "When did you say they started poking around?"
Maybe 4 or 5 days. They said they want to go down that mine. And they paid well. We didn't want to say anything to ST3V3. Wasn't even in town.
What did they say they were looking for? Anything in particular, or
Some stupid, I don't know, rock symbols or something. They said they need to go down there. Went down with some fancy machines. Next thing we know, boom.
I don't mean to interrupt this story of how you were bribed by someone to go into the mine, and it is not your fault. But do you think maybe we could come inside? Apparently, if our eyes are open, we'll die.
What?
I don't know.
Who
We
told
come
you
inside?
that? Well, I believe it was me. I said it, and it was true.
No. What? That's dumb. you gotta set
had a
up
feeling
a
it wasn't
fire. What? That doesn't make it. There's a lot of people that travel at night. It's often cooler, and people prefer it. I don't understand.
No, that was definitely true. I've heard it. I've heard it from many pack leaders.
They might have been lying to you, Sheriff.
Oh. But why?
To get you all riled up. And it seems like it worked.
And he's going in circles. Just
My whole world filled with lies. Lies, cheaters, thieves.
No, definitely not that last one for sure. No, no, no.
No.
Listen, you can camp outside, but I'm not letting you in. I don't know. I don't trust you people. You came in here. You got a sheriff with you.
Now,
There's
is
so
it
many
like-
of you. There's like you each like two of you have a gang.
Just like an army.
Yeah, the three of you do bring a lot of.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated.
Yeah, I
With
did.
some chicken help.
How old was it?
Just like got it around noon today. Dry rub.
I just cooked it this afternoon.
Damn, it's been like 2 years since I've had a good chicken.
I've
I
heard.
know, right?
We were told that the currency in this game is gold, but it's actually
It's
chicken.
actually chicken.
It's actually
Gold
It's
is
because-
useless.
Willow's chicken.
That's the real weight of my own heart, and that's probably why. All right, but your ruffians got to stay out.
Good with me.
I'm all right with that.
All right, I'll come on in. I'm just going to not have my eyes open, just in case.
Whatever makes you comfortable, darling.
You enter into this place. It's just like a single room. You see in the corner there is this old-looking Magitech stove. Some of the arcane energy is sparking off it every so often. It's very black, blackened on top. There's some scorch marks on either side of the wall where the stove's located. There's a counter. There's a really ramshackle bed in the corner. A dresser. A very dirty mirror. I don't come here often. It's kind of my safe place. All right. You want to go in that mine? You want to know what I saw? I saw what
Enlighten us.
we let people in there. I didn't know. I didn't know what we were agreeing to. We just thought they were going to go look at some stupid rocks or something. You know how city folk are. They come in here going like, this thing's 3,000 years old. I don't care. How much money is it worth? They just want to go in, poke at these rocks. But no, it's something strange. We hear these rumbles. We hear explosions, fighting. And then we hear it. We hear that scream. It was like nothing any of us ever heard before. My legs turned to jelly. Just kept screaming. There was a blinding white energy. I'd never seen a light so bright, shining through the entire mine. I hid my eyes. When I came to, everyone was in this trance. I got the hell out of there. I tried to take some of my friends. They all wanted to stay. They said they had a purpose now. But those screams were real.
So maybe closing your eyes does apply, but not at night.
I heard them say one thing when they're going down there. They had a big clunky robot fella. He said, make sure the bright blade's safe. I don't know what the hell that is, but I bet it's some spooky thing they got going on. None of them city folk came back up, though.
This is the first time I'm hearing of this. I feel like I should have been informed.
Didn't you just become sheriff not that long ago?
Yes.
Then you probably wouldn't have known about it.
Oh, okay. Then I'm doing a good job.
Mm-hmm. You were absolved.
There's not enough food and water down there for those people to lasted.
You said they had a purpose. Once the light went away, did they tell you what that purpose was?
No, but look in their eyes. It was like they struck gold. Like they were filled with such happiness. Now our job's shit. And it doesn't pay great. But it's work. It's honest work and it feels good. But that look in their eyes, it was wild. It was like they saw paradise.
Did they do anything afterwards? Did they start doing anything? Did they continue mining? Or they just stood there?
Roll me a shine.
Am I adding like my appliers or amplifiers or whatever?
Yeah, anything you have in shine.
I got a 6, so.
I don't want to think about this no more. It's making me not feel good. I feel sick.
All right. Sorry to push.
And the people who work for Lady Bywood, they didn't come out either. They're still in there?
Probably.
But you didn't see them looking like they were in a trance, did you?
No. All them suits, they went down. They went down with their machines. Last I heard, none of them came out.
How many were there? And how many miners?
There was at least about 30 miners that were down there with me, and as for the suits, I don't know, maybe 10. They had 2 robots.
Well, we gotta go down there, and we gotta at least feed and water them. We can't just let them be. They'll all die down there.
Why you want to go down that mine? That's a fool's game.
We're getting paid.
Always money.
Yeah. Or chicken.
Or other things.
Money
Damn,
for chicken.
Money for chicken.
Well, you know, I can't fight you there. I get it. It's been 2 years since I had chicken this good.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I go down that saloon. I'm still on paid time off, though. I don't. Did ST3v3 seem pissed?
I don't know if he can seem pissed.
His voice box did go up an octave when he said slackers, so.
Oh, shit. Mention slackers?
Yeah.
It's like the last time we successfully formed a union, and then ST3v3 was super mad, but nothing they could do because it was all legal, it was all good. And, oh man, I had never seen an automata that tiny get so mad. Blew up a chunk of the mountain.
Is that common?
Well, kind of. Not really. It depends. Situation.
I'm not convinced we're working for the good guys, but...
Are you ever working for the good guys, though?
Whenever the pay's too good, you're never working for the good ones.
It's just capitalism for you.
As that dirty Bywood and Bywood, they are pure capitalism. I kept hearing them say, just send the interns in. I bet they aren't even paid.
All right, now that's just damn criminal.
It's disgusting. Well, I'm gonna get some rest. I'm locking this door. If you go out, I don't want you coming back in.
Are we inside with them? Yeah. Okay. And we're okay. And we all get to stay in there, but not the other 3 player characters parties that they're bringing with them.
Yeah. Any compatriots you brought along are just there. You can hear them. They're setting up fires outside. They're getting ready.
All right. Well, Trace settles down in a corner, makes a little cat cinnamon roll out of herself, and gets ready to snooze.
Snalgo
Precious.
flops down in a armchair in the corner. Just sort of tips his hat over his eyes and folds his arms.
Charlotte's going to take a moment and she's going to, it's going to look like she's probably like meditating or something. But she's actually reaching out and talking to everyone that's part of her hive because it's her wonderful pastime before she probably turns in. But she's just having a moment. Probably plotting. Who knows?
Who knows? Bandit's gonna go out and sit with his gang, so he'll split the party.
Always good.
Yeah, I figured. It worked so well for everyone.
Goodbye, Bandit. It was nice knowing you.
Have a nice night, y'all. I'm gonna go be with my group.
Is there anything you want to talk about in particular with your people, Charlotte?
About like everything that was talked about. Not everything, just talking about like the symbols that were on the rocks in the mine, if they know anything about it. Or even about like the Bywood people coming.
Okay.
There.
Roll me those 2d6 again for some have dealings.
11.
So one of the voices comes through, and it's one of the muscle that you have that often is looking around town.
Them Bywood people came through maybe 3 or 4 days ago, maybe more. They're all dressing fancy, but I went down into that mine. I haven't seen a single soul come out aside from Abigail. Don't know anything about no symbols on rocks, though.
Any whispers about why they came down here?
Money. Everybody's just saying money.
All right. Thank y'all.
So the night settles in, and all of you are drifting off. The outside is fairly cool, but thankfully you're a walrus, so if anything, you welcome the cool night air. You're huddled up with your gang, and they had a little fire, but it's eventually petering off, and now it's just some embers that are there. As your eyes keep getting heavier and heavier, you're looking around a little nervously. You can hear the sheriff is snoring. They took the bottom part of the bed. And your eyes slowly start to close. And I need all of you.
Good.
Roll me plus wits.
Well, Lord.
6.
8.
7.
10. Sorry.
All right. So we got 8, 6, 7, 10. All right, you're the first to hear it, Charlotte. You're sitting down in a chair. You kind of fell asleep like that as you were just connecting with others. When you hear the creak, something's on the porch, and it's slowly creaking past this door.
Like they're opening the door, or
Just something's like walking past. You're not sure, but whatever it is, it sounds really heavy.
I'm going to lean over for wherever I am, and I'm going to like tap Trace.
What?
There's someone out there.
Trace stands up and she puts her hands under her duster jacket and draws 2 revolvers.
And Charlotte's gonna like go to also wake up. Oh no, she's not gonna wake anyone else up. She thinks that Trace is the most capable. So she's like, okay, and then she's going to also get her tiny little pistol, like which is what that is, out of her boot.
Trace kicks Snalgo. Shh. And then points outside.
Snalgo looks over at where Trace is pointing.
You see there's a large shadow starting to move in front of one of the windows that has just a really tattered curtain pulled in front of it.
I guess I'm gonna go look, right?
As
Yeah.
you slowly, you're creeping towards the window, your feet not making a sound. These pistols in your hand, they gleam a little in the moonlight that's sneaking through. You hear this voice from the other side of the window.
I hear you. I hear you breathing.
What the shit?
I hear you.
And you can hear now a slight rattling to the window.
Snalgo pulls out the revolver from the holster at his hip.
Fuck.
Correct.
Okay, so the window and the door's reinforced. The windows are shut. And the door looked reinforced before, as if it had been reinforced before we got here.
Yep.
Okay. Trace runs over and sort of slaps Abigail awake.
What the shit? Ow!
There's something huge and terrifying outside. Your door is fortified. Did you know there was something huge and terrifying outside and decided not to tell us?
I don't know. I don't. Oh shit! That thing's huge and terrifying.
Thank
Did you
you.
not know about that?
No, I don't invite huge, terrifying things onto my porch. Let me in. I want in. It's too cold.
Do not let him in.
No, really.
Just want something to eat. Please, I'm starving.
Chicken?
Someone
When
had
in
to
doubt.
say it. Offer chicken.
I haven't had chicken in 2 years.
What's really funny is I'm vegetarian and I haven't had chicken in 15 years. Okay. Should I go outside? Seems bad. Seems like a bad idea, doesn't it?
It does.
But seeing just staying in here. I mean, how many adventures happen while you just sit inside and wait for it to
Is there
happen to
only
you?
like one way out, or is it like a back door?
There's just the one way.
Okay, so I can't like jump out a back window and circle around or anything.
I wish there was some kind of luck thing. Why don't you roll me a scout? So roll plus your wits, and maybe we'll get lucky here.
We won't because it's a 6.
You look, and there are no windows in the back. although you do hear the window in the front is rattling a little bit.
So have I noticed this from outside?
Roll
yeah.
me plus wits again.
Ooh, where are you going? That's gonna be a 13.
Oh yeah, you wake up from the window rattling and you see this massive shadow. It is partially on the roof and leaning down. It has these 4 long spindly arms that are on the porch, and it's kind of walking its front torso back and forth, and it's trying the window. As it turns its face, you see this gleam of a white mask. It's stuck in this smile. There's these tiny cracks that are formed here and there.
Oh no, I fucking hate that.
But so it's ignoring everybody outside and trying to come inside?
It seems to be.
All right, so one of my skills as an outlaw is called fucking thieves, where I can search pockets and saddlebags for something, and if I roll it on grit, and if I get it a high enough, I find just the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I want to find just the right thing that is going... Actually... No, I'm just going to throw embers at it and try and get its attention and get it away from that cabin.
Hell yeah.
Right.
So you're not trying to hurt it, you're just trying to like get its attention, right?
Yeah, if I heard it, that's extra bonus. But yeah, I just wanted to get off of that roof enough for whoever's inside to get out.
All right. Roll act under fire.
Okay.
So that's plus rattle.
Okay. That's going to be a 9.
All right. On 7 to 9, you hesitate, flinch, or falter. I offer you a worse outcome or a hard bargain. I will let you throw some embers their way, but you'll take 1 point of harm. With burning
Yeah, that
your
makes
hand.
sense because I'm panicking because there's this huge shadow monster trying to eat my compatriots. And in my hurry, I just grab the embers. Oh, ow, shit. And then throw it.
So you definitely get its attention, and it quickly turns. You hear this snap of the neck as it looks over
God.
at all you and your gang as they're still snoozing. For some reason, they're not getting up.
I have regrets about this, like instantaneously.
So we have a safety tool we use for our shows when things start to get leaning in on the body horror side. There's plenty of people who don't want to hear it. So what I do is I hold up the Solithid Funko, and I'll give you a few seconds to turn off your sound, take off your headphones or whatever. And then afterwards, I give a TLDR. I'll bring it down to show that I'm done. And then I'll give a TLDR of what happened without the very fine details. So I'll just give you a few seconds to mute yourself or whichever. So this head snaps towards you, Bandit. And you hear the cracking of the neck as the neck's extending more and more. You hear snaps, crackles, the odd squelching pop as it keeps moving towards you. The body's on the house, and this head comes inches away from your face. So the head, basically its neck lengthened and the head went over to where Bandit is. And now it's staring right at you.
Why? Why? I'm so lonely. Why would you do that to me?
Yeah, I can tell you're lonely. You have no sense of personal space. I'm going to need you to take just like a little bit of a step back. And then I'm happy to talk with you. I get that you're lonely, but this is too much. You too much too soon. You got to stop coming on so strong.
Why? Why is everyone hurting my siblings. You hurt them.
I didn't. I don't know your siblings.
You used your swords and you hurt them.
I did no such thing. Weren't me. Mm-mm.
And the three of you inside, along with Abigail, you can hear shuffling, something moving off the roof and off the porch as the body is starting to retract, coming towards Bandit.
If we don't go outside, I think that Walrus is going to die.
Okay. Poor walkers. Charlotte is going to open the door. I kind of want to try something. And you can tell me if I can't do it or not. I kind of want to see if I could scare it away with hive mind goodness, if that's all right.
Sure. You want to do like, because it's common for the hive mind, you can have like your mandibles come out, your eyes go black, and do like a weird insectoid shriek.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was actually going to aim for. I wasn't sure if there was like an actual like look, but what I was going to do was like is this like a body horror situation too, actually?
Funko
Sure.
Pop time.
If you want, I can hold it up.
Wait.
So give people a second.
Hey, well, this is good. But don't do it. Like just a little frog head. It's right here. All right. So when Charlotte steps out, I'm assuming everyone except for Bandit can see, like, as she's stepping out. So what's going to end up happening is her eyes are going to turn black, and then her too perfect face, you can see it splitting down the center in a perfect symmetry, and then it starts opening into like an insect mouth, so mandibles happening there. And it looks like a smile also is kind of creeping up. Her teeth are too sharp as it like opens that way too. And then she's gonna release this really horrible guttural hiss as well to try to scare it away. And that's what's happening there. TLDR, her face split open, and she's showing off a lot of that thing from Stranger Things with the lots of bit of teeth there.
Do we see this? That would change some stuff, I think.
I think you're back currently.
Yeah, you can't see me.
Yeah. Okay.
But
All right.
Bandit sure can.
Yeah. Snuggles the only one that can see that.
Snuggles peeking over the windowsill because he's really short, and he's just like, what's going on out there? I can't see anything.
I honestly don't know which is worse now.
I would say go ahead and roll. I think
I was going to ask if there's a sanity mechanic.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I was like, what do I use to like scare this thing?
I guess I'd say have dealings, because basically you're trying to force them to accept your turns. You want them to run away.
Yeah. Okay.
So roll plus your shine.
All right.
How charismatic is your bug face?
In the monster world, you know?
In the monster world, yeah. Symmetry, large mouth. Let's do this one. Ooh, yes. All right. So I got a 9. I'm not sure if I know it's like a mixed success, but
yeah. So you do this shriek. It echoes out into the desert. It startles the creature as it steps back. It turns around, bumps you over, Bandit, as you just kind of rolling. And it shrinks down a bit in size. Its size actually goes smaller. Now it's probably the size of like a bull, as it's skittling off to the side, just moving, and it crouching down low. It's looking at all of you.
Okay, so the mixed success was that it kind of stopped.
It's still here, but like it just made it smaller. We're like less likely to be terrifying looking.
Okay.
I don't know. That's not true. This is still fucking scary.
I'm gonna do something, but if anybody else wants to do something first, don't let me cut you off.
All Charlotte's gonna do is like slide her face slowly back, but it just looks like it could open up at any time. So it's like part open is the best way to put it.
Good. Okay. Well, Trace, you came out the front door, right, Charlotte?
Mhm.
Okay. Trace is going to roll out the front door and draw she's holding both her pistols and aim it at the creature. And she sees like a white mask with a smile, right?
Mm.
She says, I'll give you something to smile about, and fires.
All right, open fire. Roll plus grit.
And I think, okay. And I have a move that's, I have a move called Quick Draw, which is when you show down against somebody. But I think that's when they're also using a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So it's just grit. I'm trying to sneakily use my rattle instead because it's better. That's a 9.
All right. So on a
Please
hit,
don't shoot me.
trade harm and choose one of the following. You don't get hurt as bad, -1 harm. You inflict terrible harm, +1 damage to them. You create an opportunity or opening for an ally. That ally gets +1 for their next thing. You cover an ally. Makes a hard advance to a strong. That ally can make a hard advance to a strong position, or you secure a rough course. So I'll say for the rough course, you can either make it easy for all of you to leave, or you push it more towards it leaving.
I think I'd like to make it easier for us to leave.
Okay. So you do this roll. You say your sweet one-liner. Your pistol's firing off. It clips into this creature. It has this ratty, tattered-looking black robe that these bullets just sink right into, and it howls out, and it's moving backwards even further. But you watch as one of its arms dips into the shadows and comes up, and the two, or I guess Snalgo, you see it the best. This hand reaches out of Trace's shadow and just claws down Trace's back, and Trace, you take 2 harm.
Ooh, that hurt.
So at this point, it looks like the creature has moved away from your mounts that are all stationed there. People are starting to get up as the gunfire went off. They're grabbing their guns and trying to figure out what's going on. Your gangs are assembling, and this creature is looking at everyone.
You steal faces. You steal faces and you attack me. I am the night.
And the creature, its shadow is starting to grow, and the mask, the arms are slinking back into it as it's lifting up, and you're watching this sort of black mask grow, and the mask is staying the same size in the center of it. But now you all have an opportunity.
Snalgo,
run away, right? Like we're
Let's boogie, baby. What, Lian?
Oh, Snalgo rushes out of the cabin, and seeing that his gang is rousing, he calls out he says, "Jonesy, cover for us!" and directs them to open fire.
All right, roll me 2d6 and add your grit.
All right. So I have a move where if I ask my crew to fight for me, I roll plus strings.
Oh, nice.
Can I use that. Okay, so that will be a 8.
So, on a hit, you trade harm and choose one. So you could secure the rough course, cover an ally to give them an advance, do terrible damage, take less damage, create an opening or opportunity for an ally.
I'd say create an opening.
All right, so someone gets a +1 going forward if whoever wants to act next. And you watch your gangs getting up. They're firing off pistols, firing rifles. You watch as one person steps more into the light as they're aiming this rifle, and this shadowy mass is growing and growing as the bullets are sailing into it. and this spike of pure shadow reaches out and stabs right through the person and stabbing into the ground as it starts pulling him back into the shadow. But it does seem like it is definitely distracted by your gang.
Are we going?
We're going. Let's go.
Yeah.
Time to go.
So Charlotte's going to like swoop her face, like swoop. And I actually had a question because like everyone actually has gangs. Like, is my group like with me, or are they still in the saloon? Either way, I'm fine. Like, I just don't remember.
That's up to you. You can say you have some people if you want.
All right. I know I just like have my my 3 badass dudes with pistols. Those are the only people I bought with me, but the ladies are at the saloon. Just want to verify that. But yeah, so like we heading out. Let's go.
So everyone's hopping on their lizard creatures, their respective ones. And
Trace does like a hop over its butt to land on it.
Is there anything you want to do, Bandit?
Bandit is going to scramble up and probably on the way by a fire, kind of grab one of those smaller logs or sticks so that we have a bit of light and fire with us, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Could be useful, dunno, could be terrible. We'll find out.
So you are riding off. People are quickly starting to trail behind. You're watching as the rest of your gang, Snalgo, does get out of there. You did lose one of your people, and they're all rushing out. Everyone's like looking shaken. Everyone, roll me. I guess just a straight history. Everyone can add 1 to this roll. Someone could even add an additional +1 because Snalgo gave that.
I got an 11.
9.
I got a 4. Bandit lived in a basement for a while. We're going to give Bandit some grace.
I also got a 4, and I don't know what my excuse is. So.
Fear
right.
Scared the history right out of you.
Charlotte, you said you got a 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Snalgo, you got an 11? So Charlotte, you know this is some sort of being of immense power, and you're racking your brain trying to figure out which one. You know that it's definitely beyond any simple monster that's roaming the desert. And Snalgo, as you're going, it was taking you a minute. There's so much going on. It's frightening while you were there. You're fairly certain that was Morgust, the demigod of night.
As they're riding, he speaks up and says, "Folks, I don't mean to alarm anyone, but I'm fairly certain that was Morgust, the demigod of night."
I shot the knight. That's pretty cool.
You can make a song about that one, darling.
Is there anything more that I know about Morgust?
You know that Morgust often asks to come into people's residences to eat their food. And as long as you provide a meal, then Morgust will generally go in there, look around, go through all your stuff, but leave peacefully.
Whoopsie.
But if you don't provide a meal, then Morgust will make a meal. And they always go to people's houses complaining that they're lonely, they're cold, they're hungry. And no matter how much food or attention you give them, they just seem to want more. But before morning comes, they always leave. But it's still in the middle of the night, and you are all riding with this torch just blazing going.
Well, shit.
And you tell us that information? Wait, who knew that? Snalgo?
Snalgo.
Yeah,
Snalgo,
I
yeah.
relay that information and say, and I think we done fucked up.
I mean, someone did offer chicken, but it was a terrifying.
You don't
thing.
get no chicken. He's scary.
Everyone roll me plus wits again.
8.
6.
6.
8.
All right. So our 2 8s. You're seeing shadowy figures form as you're going along. It's almost like just random figures are forming in the distance, and as you're running past them, they're dissipating, and just looks like humanoid forms. And the torchlight, it's not getting to where they're at, so they're like at the edge just of these shadows, but you can see figures every so often appearing. You hear people are yelling in the back that are riding along with you. What the hell was that there? I don't know, it's just right fucked. I don't know what's going on.
So we see these shadowy figures. Was it Charlotte and I?
Yeah, I think so. That was us.
Okay.
Passed,
Yeah.
I think.
But we don't necessarily like know what they are or anything. I mean, we can. Okay.
No,
Make
you're not too sure.
Okay. Do we see the demigod behind us?
You do not, though. It seems like it's unnaturally dark out. Like generally, when you're riding in the desert, the moon's up above. I mean, both of them are, and the light is cascading down, and you can see fairly well. It's not terrific sight, but like, you can at least see where you're going. But right now, it is just almost like you're going into like this darkened fog as you're riding along back towards ST3V3's Gulch.
Is our puppy dog sheriff with us?
You do not see them.
Oh no! I have to go back.
Oh.
There's a dog.
Oh.
I really want to go back. I understand I'll probably die, but it's a dog, my dudes.
You can.
I mean, rest in peace to me. I'm gonna turn around.
Whoa. Where are you going?
The dog is back there. Maybe.
Oh, shoot, the sheriff. Oh, you can't go alone. I'll go with you. I don't know what help I can give you, but you're not going alone.
That's very sporting of you. Do you want to jump on my mount?
I think I have my mount. It's just a little shorter than yours, but
Okay.
it's still okay.
Okay. Let's go do a super duper terrible idea.
All right. So we
I love a bad idea.
So we have 2 in the gangs riding to ST3V3's Gulch and 2 riding back to the hut, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the 2 of you that are heading towards ST3V3's Gulch, you are racing through the night. It's that crisp air that you smell. You hear the sounds of the dirt or the sand as your emu lizards are running through it. Their eyes are wild as they look panicked. Every so often they're making strange honking sounds. They are just rushing through this desert. The shadowy figures keep getting closer and closer. The gangs are yelling about like, they're getting too close. One of them touched me. And as they're going along, and you 2 are just barreling forward. I want both of you to roll me act under fire. So that's plus rattle.
It's going to be a 10.
Oh, sorry, that was for Charlotte and Snalgo.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
I got a 5 anyway, so it's gonna be great.
Someone can have that 10 if they want it. We don't want that to go to waste.
Got a 9.
So, Snalgo, you are riding forward. One of these shadowy beings grabs onto your arm, but not that hard. You just pull your arm back, and it's just sort of fades away as the torch
off
is
of me.
now gone, leaving with Bandit. And you're riding forward, Charlotte, and a few of the beings grab onto you and just pull you off this lizard emu as you're rolling onto the sand. You're not taking any damage, but you're tumbling down. And we go to Trace and Bandit as you are riding into this impenetrable darkness. I need both of you to also roll Act Under Fire. Plus Rattle.
Whoa, God. We're going to assume that's a 1. So that would be a 3 for me. Very bad roll.
I'm muted, so you didn't hear me scream, but I got a crisp 5, so this is the last thing that we're ever gonna do.
It's fine. This is the first part of a 3-parter. We're gonna be all right.
I don't think that's true. I think Lucas has like ghost rolls and stuff. I don't think there's any guarantee that we're gonna.
Believe it or not, I do have ghost rolls, but
I believe it. Yes.
So the two of you are riding into this darkness. You hear the honks of your mounts as they're getting scared. You can't even see where you're going. You have a general idea we must be going towards the hut. And when you burst through almost this like mist as you enter, and you see your mounts just kick you off as you're tumbling and rolling just maybe 20, 30 feet away from the hut. The darkness is swirling like a vortex around it. You can hear the whines of Sheriff Ruff inside the hut.
All right. So what's step 2?
Well, step 2 is you tell me if you have any preferred last rites, and step 3 is that we walk into the house.
I don't know if I get last rites being a terrible sinner such as myself, but at least we're not going alone, and that's the important thing.
You are adorable. Off we go. And I think Trace is just going to try to take off into the house.
You two are running towards this house. The whines of Sheriff Ruff are heard inside. The door is barely hanging on its hinges. As you get there, the wind is starting to pick up more and more, almost like you're in the eye of like this tornado that's starting up. You see that boards are ripping off of this shack, and you see Sheriff Ruff is huddled up underneath the bed, and you see standing near the Magitech stove is a hunched over Abigail with her back towards you.
Oh no.
Run! You don't want to be here. That's not Abigail no more. Oh, heavens.
And we go to
Come
the
here,
other
boy.
two.
Come here. Now you can go.
You other two, Charlotte and Snalgo, Snalgo, you're racing here with your group. You see Charlotte get pulled off of the lizard emu.
Snalgo reins in his emu and shouts into the dark, "Charlotte, you all right? You took a bit of a tumble there."
What do you think? So yeah, am I okay though? Like nothing's like grabbing me still, or is it just
you
enough
see
to...
the forms are closing in towards you, but you're not hurt at the very least.
Okay.
Shit. Looks like you got some company.
Looks like it. She is. Wait, is my lizard emu like still like doing its own thing? Like they really are rude if that's the case. Like,
it's patiently waiting. It's looking very uncomfortable though. It's about to sprint off if you don't hurry.
I'm gonna hurry to my emu then. Run as my like. And do I have to do anything like rattle or something?
Yeah,
sure?
I'd say act under fire again.
Okay. 9.
So you rush up there, but this time one of them, they grab your bare arm, and you feel this icy grip as it's holding down, and you take one harm as you are pulling your hand away, but while it's holding on to you, you hear, "We opened the," and then you pull your hand away and just kick your emu lizard into high gear as you're catching up to Snalgo.
Okay, it was like a lot happened in that split second. Like, oh god, what? And then like she hops up on the lizard emu, and then yes, takes off. But
So the two of you are racing out of here. You notice it's starting to get a little bit brighter as you're going. One last roll, both of you. So that's just plus your rattle.
Okay. 9.
Also a 9.
So you're barreling through this darkness, and you hear a couple screams behind you, and you see that one of your muscle, Charlotte, is being dragged off, and you also see another one of your gang is also being pulled away, and their mounts are just taking off. They want nothing of it, but you are finally making it out of this darkness, and the beings don't seem to be following you.
You did it.
We made it out of night, the darkness.
Some
But-
people died.
The other two, you're back at this cabin. The walls are ripping off. The dog is whining. And I'm going to hold this up here. So I'll give people a couple seconds if they don't want to hear this. So you see Abigail turn around. Her face is twisted. It's in a lot of pain. Her clawed hand is over her muzzle, her dragonborn muzzle, as it's just pushing forward. You can hear like a gagging as the hand just like rips away. You watch as this tongue comes out, and it's too big. It goes all the way to the ground, and you watch as tiny little mouths start forming on this tongue, chattering and smiling, and they all start talking in unison. So Charlotte turned around in pain, tongue fell out, far too big, and mouths formed on it. And you hear these voices. They're all chattering towards you. They're giggling. They seem too happy about the situation. And what you hear is, "We opened the gate. We knew it was too late. No running away. No saving the day. We brought the emptiness home. Faces we stole. Gods we once knew. The emptiness already consumed." And you watch as Abigail is clutching at her throat and falls down.
Good. Very
What the hell?
good. Oh, is she still alive?
No, that was no Sheriff.
Oh, the
Rock.
dog. Okay.
Sheriff.
Oh, okay. And does she, I know that she is not in her right mind in any way, or is she like alive, or is she like,
Looks like
dead
her
with
eyes
company?
are open. Yeah, like foam at the mouth. The tongue is still quite large. And the winds all start to die down. And you see the darkness is fading from where you are. Congratulations! You made it!
See? We
You made
didn't
it through
die.
the first night.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo.
Did you all enjoy it?
Yes.
Hell yes.
Yes, I did.
Woo. And most importantly, the dog was okay.
I
Very
can't,
important.
I can't get rid of Sheriff Ruff. I got way too attached to the character 20 minutes in.
Woo.
Oh,
That
that
was
This-
fun. Thank you.
yeah, I had a really good time. This hat is so damn hot, and I know when I take it off, my hair's just gonna be wet. Oh, that was a really good time. I am very surprised you went back. I did not
A
see
little.
that one.
I'm
I-
not surprised.
I'm not known for my good ideas. I am known for loving dogs.
I had actually set up that Abigail was going to appear as you were almost outside of town, where you're like, we're going back. I'm like, oh, sweet. Yeah, no, this would make way more sense.
Score.
How convenient of
Yeah.
my bad choices.
Well, thank you all for coming out for this wonderful Western. We had finished the first night, and let's see where our gunslingers go. So just going around the table, everyone can say where you can find them, any recommendations you might have, anything like that. I am Lucas. I am the GM for Rise of Nyarlathotep, as well as Ballad of the Seven Dice, and another show we have, The Lost Tower of Ambrosia. I despise my free time, so I fill it with projects. I man the Ballad of the Seven Dice Twitter at Ballad7Dice, and you can find, we got podcasts, we got episodes of other shows, all that good stuff. My recommendation is, if you love this wonderful kind of more body horror-esque stuff going on, if you really want to hear some good superhero times, if you just think to yourself, I need to hear a bunch of teens that are in over their heads trying to take down a corrupt society, you should go check out Critical Bits, where they have fantastic superhero stories, the ridiculous NPCs, and just absolutely wonderful names put together, like Billiam and stuff like that. Take two normal names, shove them together, it creates a beautiful name. Lian.
So yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Lian Xia Rose. That's LianXiaRose. I also run the Twitter account for the Bad Heroes podcast, and you can find us there at Bad Heroes Cast. And if in terms of a recommendation, if you enjoy this sort of like Powered by the Apocalypse style,
Don't steal my recommendation.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna fine.
Our friends at Shrimp and Crits.
That was mine. You took it, and
They run a fabulous Monster of the Week podcast, and it's a mix of comedy and monster hunting, and it's a good time. I'm very sorry, Dre.
Are you?
They're a lot of fun. Dre.
Lian stole all my answers. I am the GM of Bad Heroes, which is a podcast about, got evil queens, we got curses. It's maybe a little horror, but primarily adventure. And my rec for other shows was going to be Shrimp and Crits, because that is a super, super fun Monster of the Week podcast.
Cassie.
So, I'm Cassie. I'm the GM for the Lovely Craftians podcast, and you can find me over at Lovely Craftians on Twitter or on any of your favorite podcatcher. We'd love to have you. My recommendation, if you're into Wild West horror, is going to be Ain't Slayed Nobody. They are a Call of Cthulhu horror, Wild West. In comedy, they're very similar to us, but they do more Wild West stuff. And they're very fun.
Check that out. Sade.
Oh. I'm trying to see if I have a recommendation off the top of my head, and I feel bad if I don't, but I do listen to a lot, and it's all going blank, so I apologize. But yes, hi everyone. Sade Smith Edwards. You can find me at the Lovely Craftians podcast. I play Glenn Bishop, so check that out wherever you listen to podcasts. In terms of recommendations, there is, I just started watching it, I believe. There's two, I think. There's Hades High, which is a Monster of the Week, not Monster of the Week, sorry, Monster Hearts 2 game, I believe. I think it's on like a Goth Table or something like that. Twitch stream, check that out. Or there's also Anomaly, which is like a X-Men superhero. Mutants are going missing. Check them out. So a hero mixed with a little bit of like a mystery in there. I think it's on Fridays on Carry On Comfort Studios as well. So check that out. Those are the two I have off the top of my head. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for coming by, and we will be here next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. CST. We are sure to stream on both Twitch and YouTube. So if you don't feel comfortable being on Twitch because of with everything going on, totally understandable. So we do have our live streams on YouTube for you to go to if you wish to use that instead. But we'll be back next Tuesday, and let's see what happens to these 4 gunslingers, especially now that we split them up.
Nothing
All right.
good. Nothing good.
It's going to be great. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fun.
Until next time.